Have you?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Artist Reads the Bible. Today we're going to be starting with Genesis 9. And 9 is not terribly long, so we may do 10 too. 10 is a lot of lineage. We'll see. Anyway, as usual, got my highlighter, I got my decaf Java juice, and I got the Living Word of God. And I'm going to apologize in advance if you hear a lot of booms and bangs and doo-dah and doo-dah. It's 4th of July, and evidently I got a bunch of people around here who, have plenty of money to buy fireworks, because I'm going to tell you what, it started a couple nights ago, and it will continue till about the middle of July. I don't know where these people find the money to buy all these fireworks, but as long as it stops by about midnight, I don't care. Light them off, whatever, but I just wanted to apologize in advance. If you hear a bunch of it behind me, that's because the ones that usually light it off are like 3 houses that way. Anyway, let me get these spectacles off here. Give me a little Java juice. Let's get reading, shall we? Then God blessed Noah and his sons and told them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth, all the animals of the earth, all the birds of the sky, all the small animals that scurry along the ground, and all the fish in the sea will look on you with fear and terror. I have placed them in your power. I have given them to you for food, just as I have given you grain and vegetables. But you must never eat any meat that still has the lifeblood in it. And I will require the blood of anyone who takes another person's life. If a wild animal kills a person, it must die. And anyone who murders a fellow human must die." And anyone who murders a fellow human must die. Well, I guess that kind of justifies death penalty, doesn't it? If anyone takes a human life, that person's life will also be taken by human hands. For God made human beings in his own image. Now be fruitful and multiply and repopulate the earth. Then God told Noah and his sons, "I hereby confirm my covenant with you and your descendants and with all the animals that were on the boat with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, every living creature on earth. Yes, I am confirming my covenant with you. Never again will floodwaters kill all living creatures. Never again will a flood destroy the earth." Then God said, "I am giving you a sign of my covenant with you and with all living creatures for all generations to come. I have placed my rainbow in the clouds. It is a sign of my covenant with you and with all the earth." Not gay pride, a covenant. "When I send clouds over the earth, the rainbow will appear in the clouds, and I will remember my covenant with you and with all living creatures. Never again will the floodwaters destroy all life. When I see the rainbow in the clouds, I will remember the eternal covenant between God and every living creature on earth." Then God said to Noah, "Yes, this rainbow is a sign of the covenant I am confirming with all the creatures on earth." There was something over here. Oh, this part where it said, "But you must never eat any meat that still has a lifeblood in it." I'm going to explain something. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't eat rare meat. That's got the blood in it. You're not supposed to eat meat with blood in it." That's not blood. This is a large misconception that people don't seem to understand. That's actually, a carcinogen or carcinogenic fluids or some crap. I don't remember. But when you're eating a steak rare, an animal is drained of all its blood when it's butchered. That what is that? What you see that's pink or whatever? That's I believe it's carcinogenic fluids, carcinogenic. I don't know, something like that. I could be wrong on the name, but it's something along those lines. It's not actually blood in the animal. Now, me myself, I don't eat steaks rare. I do know people who do. Personally, I think they're a little nasty, but whatever. To each their own. I like mine medium. I used to eat a medium well, but now I like a medium with just a little bit of pink. Medium well, they're a little too tough. Medium, they say the best way to eat a steak is medium rare. Not happening. That's too much pink. Maybe eventually, but no, not happening. But anyway, I wanted to explain that. That is actually not blood you are eating. For the longest time, I thought it was blood too. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't until within the last couple of years that I actually learned that this is not blood. It is carcinogenic or whatever it is, fluids. It's not blood. The sons of Noah who came out of the boat with their father were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the father of Canaan. From these three sons of Noah came all the people who now populate the earth. After the flood, Noah began to cultivate the ground, and he planted a vineyard. One day he drank some wine he had made, and he became drunk and lay naked inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw that his father was naked and went outside and told his brothers. Then Shem and Japheth took a robe, held it over their shoulders, and backed into the tent to cover their father. As they did this, they looked the other way so they would not see him naked. When Noah woke up from his stupor, he learned what Ham, his youngest son, had done. Then he cursed Canaan, the son of Ham. May Canaan be cursed. May he be the lowest of servants to his relatives. Then Noah said, May the Lord, the God of Shechem, be blessed, and may Canaan be his servant. May God expand the territory of Japheth. May Japheth share the prosperity of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. Noah lived another 350 years. After the great flood, he lived 950 years, and then he died. Almost as long as old Methuselah. His was, what was it, 969? I don't know. A little bit longer than Noah. That's 9, by the way. So now, wait a minute. Okay, I was like, why was he mad at Ham for that? But I guess it's because Ham didn't cover him up. He went and told his brothers, and then the brothers came and covered him up. So it's probably, I guess that's why he's mad, because Ham didn't just go ahead and cover him up. He went and told his brothers. I assume. It's like, why would he be mad because somebody covered you up for laying there naked? I don't know, unless he was hot and it woke him up. I don't know. Some nights I get hot, but I don't know. We try to keep it. At nighttime, we turn temperature down to either 67, 68. And then we have a ceiling fan in the bedroom. And then I have a fan on me, and she has a fan on her. So we have 3 fans going in the bedroom too. I cannot sleep hot. I can't do it. I like to be cold and then cover up with a blanket, and I want my head's got to be cold. I even have a cooling pillow, but I'm going to tell you, they don't work for crap. I paid a lot of money for that stupid pillow, and I even have a satin sheet on it. But it's cold for maybe 5 minutes, and you got to flip it over on the other side, and it's cold for about 5 minutes. It just doesn't stay cold. It does not last. If anybody tells you that these cooling pillows stay cold all night long, no, they don't. They lie. So don't be spending $200-300 on a cooling pillow because they do not cool all night long. This is a lie. I don't care how much they tell you, Oh, but it has diamond particles in it. Oh, it has carbon particles in it. Whatever. They don't cool all night long, trust me. They feel very cold to the touch. When you get in that bed, you feel that pillow. It's like ice cold. You're like, oh, this is going to be wonderful. And you lay on it, and 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, this thing's hot as crap. So then you got to flip it over, and you're like, oh, it's cold again. 5 minutes later, it's hot as crap. Flip it over again. You're going to be flipping that pillow all night long. And I talked to somebody at a furniture store once, and she was honest about it. She said none of them on the market will stay cool all night long. She said they're designed to try to help you go to sleep. She said, but then I don't see how that's going to work unless you're one of them ones that just lay down and you go to sleep automatically. But if you're like me and it takes you hours to go to sleep, you might as well just go buy whatever pill you want, because this ain't going to do a daggum thing for you. Because if you got to be flipping it every 5 minutes, how you supposed to go to sleep? Just saying. But she said, yeah, they're designed to like try to pull the heat from your head, absorb the heat from your head. She said that's why it gets hot after about 5-10 minutes, is it's absorbing the heat from your head, and when you flip it, that's why it feels cooler. She said, but yeah, none of them. She said there is no pillow on the market unless it's got like some motor hooked up to it and it's blowing air into it or something. She said no normal pillow you can buy. She said I don't care if it's $250 pillow. It's not going to stay cold all night long. It's just not going to happen. I was like, well, that's nice to know. I wish you would have told me that before I bought my daggone pillow for me and my wife not too long ago. They don't work. And I got those stupid things from Bed Bath & Beyond too. And let me tell you something. Those pillows took, oh my Lord, 3 months to get here? Yeah. And they can't use the excuse of COVID, because I was getting stuff from Walmart within 2 days. I was getting about half stuff I ordered from Amazon within 2 days. Amazon's been using that. Oh, it's COVID, it's COVID. That's an excuse at this point in time. But Bed Bath & Beyond, and I talked to my mother, she ordered something from Bed Bath & Beyond, and it took her like 2 months to get whatever she ordered too. And I was like, well, I'm not buying that from Bed Bath & Beyond no more. Anywho, let's proceed with number 10, shall we? This is a lineage that might take a while. You know how some of these names are. This is the account of the families of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the 3 sons of Noah. Many children were born to them after the great flood. The descendants of Japheth were Gomer Pyle, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tiras. The descendants of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan were Elishah, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. Their descendants became the seafaring peoples that spread out to various lands, each identified by its own language, clan, and national identity. So a lot of us are from Japheth, I guess. The descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, P-U-T, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The descendants of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod, who was the first heroic warrior on earth. Since he was the greatest hunter in the world, his name became proverbial. People would say, this man is like Nimrod, the greatest hunter in the world. They don't say it today. I've heard that word used, but not in reverence to some great hunter. I've heard it used basically calling somebody an idiot, saying they're dumb. Well, that person's just a Nimrod. He built his kingdom in the land of Babylonia, with the cities of Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh. From there he expanded his territory to Assyria, building the cities of Nineveh, Rehoboth-ur, Calah, and Rezin. The great city located between Nineveh and Calah. Mizraim was the ancestor of the Ludites, Anamites, Leabites, Naphtuhites, Pathrusites, Calahites, and the Caphtorites, from whom the Philistines came, from whom we're still having problems with today. Canaan's oldest son was Sidon, the ancestor of the Sidonians. Canaan was also the ancestor of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Arkites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. The Canaanite clans eventually spread out, and the territory of Canaan extended from Sidon in the north to Gerar and Gaza in the south, and east as far as Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim near Lasha. Well, we know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. These were the descendants of Ham, identified by clan, language, territory, and national identity. Now, I want to see something. Who did he curse? Ham. Sodom and Gomorrah was part of Ham. See, I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but I've heard people try to say, and I don't know either way, that certain individuals on earth are descendants of Ham, and that's why they're cursed or whatever. I don't know. I'm not God. I don't know. But that does explain why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, because, well, they're descendants of Ham, who was cursed. So it makes sense that they were a bunch of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Bunch of heathens. Descendants of Shem. Sons were also born to Shem, the older brother of Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the descendants of Eber. The descendants of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Mash, like mashed taters. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber had two sons. The first was named Peleg, which means division, for during his lifetime the people of the world were divided into different language groups. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the ancestor of Almodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadaram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were descendants of Joktan. The territory they occupied extended from Mesha all the way to Sephir in the eastern mountains. These were the descendants of Shem, identified by clan, language, territory, and national identity. These are the clans that descended from Noah's sons, arranged by nation according to their lines of descendants. All the nations of the earth descended from these clans after the great flood. I'll stop there. That was 10. I wasn't sure if that was a part. There's one part in the Bible where they're talking about lineage, and I got all these names. I think it had Jacob. Yeah, I think one of Jacob was it Dan. But they have all these weird names like that, and then you're reading them, and all of a sudden, and begot Dan. Just Dan, D-A-N, Dan. Like, why couldn't you come up with more names like that? Well, you got all these weird names, and then you got Dan. Just Dan. Always cracks me when I read that. All these elaborate, fancy names, and Dan. Pretty sure that's one of the sons of Jacob. Not sure. Let's see. Because I guarantee you it's probably in Genesis. It's where a lot of lineage is. And the Exodus, where They start with the temple measurements and all that, and then, well, Kings is the Kings. First, Second Kings is the Kings. I don't know. There's a lot of information in the Old Testament. Well, if you think about it, the Old Testament is about, I think it's actually a little more than 3/4 of the Bible. The New Testament, if you look at this Bible, how thick it is right here, the Old Testament is like about that much, and the New Testament's like that much. New Testament's not very long. But the Old Testament is about creation, the Great Flood, the lineage, the 12 tribes of Israel, the kings, the temple, great wars they had. Well, of course, Job, who was had trials and tribulations due to the devil. There's a lot of stuff in the Old Testament. And of course, the New Testament is Jesus comes, and then you have, the 4 Gospels, and you have, you got Peter and Paul. They branch out. Peter goes away of the Jews, and Paul goes away of the Gentiles. Paul, who used to be Saul, who tormented Christians. You have Revelations, which talks about things to come. You have all the letters to the different churches. So, can you hear all that? Good grief. Yeah, let them have their fun. But anyway, yeah. New Testament's very short compared to Old Testament. Takes a while to get through the Old Testament, especially Genesis. If I ain't mistaken, there's 50 chapters in Genesis, but not as much as Psalm. There's 150 chapters in Psalm. Now, some of them very short. However, the longest chapter in the Bible is in Psalm. Can't remember which one it is, but oh good Lord, but it has like it's about 5, 6, 7 pages long. It's pretty long. So, but anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go give me a shower. I'm a little sore. The last couple of days been doing a lot. Kind of sore. Didn't really do much today, but I'm still gonna get a shower, let that hot water hit my back, let it soothe my muscles. Whether I do anything or not, I still like the shower each day. Just feels good. Hot water, especially. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what I did, but I figured out a way to make my shower more pressure. We'll just put it that way. Feels good. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. I hope y'all got something out of it. I know I did. Until next time, I love each and every one of you. Y'all please, please, please be good to each other, and I'll bring you something again real soon.